hi, namaste, assalamu alaikum, sat sri akal, vanakkam, kem cho, solimelu, namaskaram, adab, and a very warm greeting of today to my lovely audience. In today's class, we will be discussing about one of the finest works of English literature, Animal Farm. This is a book which you should definitely read at least once in your lifetime. Though it was written a long time ago, it is still relevant to this date. This video is not about summarizing Animal Farm and giving you the anecdotes of the novel. Rather, I will be leaving you with some ruptured points which I would request you to connect it eventually by reading the book. Do you know who's the author of this book? It's George Orwell. Well, George Orwell is not his actual name, it's a pseudonym or a pen name. The actual name of George Orwell is Eric Arthur Blair. He was born on June 25, 1903 in, guess where? Bihar, India. Okay. Though he eventually moved to London at the age of 1, it felt good to know that George Orwell was born in India. Though this book is a resounding fable on totalitarianism, ultimate satire on fascism, Russian Revolution, etc., being an Indian, I feel that this book is relevant to the present political scenario of India as well. Not the entire concept, but every single character that comes in Animal Farm is quite similar to the characters we have in India. Let us go through the characters of Animal Farm. Old Major, a prize-winning middle-white boar who inspires the animals to rebel against their human oppressors. He dies before the rebellion takes place, but his ideas about animal liberation and equality become the basis for animalism. Napoleon, a large Berkshire boar who becomes the leader of Animal Farm after the rebellion. He is portrayed as ruthless, manipulative and power-hungry, and he gradually becomes more and more tyrannical as the story progresses. Snowball, a pig who is one of the main leaders of the rebellion. He is portrayed as intelligent, idealistic and passionate about creating a better society for all animals. However, he is eventually driven out of Animal Farm by Napoleon, who accuses him of being a traitor. Squealer, a small pig who serves as Napoleon's propaganda minister. He is very skilled at manipulating language and convincing the other animals that Napoleon's actions are always in their best interests. Boxer, a strong and loyal cart horse who becomes a symbol of the working class. He is known for his motto, "I will work harder, I will work harder," and his dedication to the cause of animalism. However, he is eventually sent to the knackers by Napoleon, who betrays him and sells him for profit. Clover, the motherly mare. Mare is a female horse. Apart from these, there are many other characters. Bluebell, Jessie and Pincher, the 3 dogs. Muriel, the white goat. Benjamin, the old donkey, the oldest animal on Animal Farm. Moses, the tame raven. Raven is a dark black crow. Molly, young, vain and flighty mare who is always fond of decoration and ribbons. Apart from this, the human characters of Animal Farm: Mr. Jones, owner of Manor Farm; Mr. Frederick, operator of Pinchfield, a neighboring farm; Mr. Pilkington, owner of Foxwood, a neighboring farm; Mr. Whymper, human solicitor whom Napoleon hires to represent Animal Farm in human society. When you read through the lines of Animal Farm, you will feel as if it's a child's story, because there are dogs, some cats, some pigs, a horse, a crow, etc. Just like a Panchatantra story. But the Animal Farm is an allegory. What is an allegory? In simple terms, a story with a hidden meaning. Though George Orwell has used animals as his prominent characters, they symbolize some real life characters as well. There are 10 chapters in this novel, and in today's video, I will be narrating one of the important dialogue of Old Major, an old-aged pig whose words of wisdom pave way for the 7 commandments of Animal Farm. Before I narrate this dialogue, let me give you a brief background of the story. Mr. Jones is the owner of Manor Farm. Remember the name, Manor Farm. And there are a lot of animals who are under his care. Eventually, these animals rebel against its owner and shoo him out of the Manor Farm. And this Manor Farm is renamed as Animal Farm. As humans get ousted from Manor Farm and animals take control, their utopian fantasy of running a farm on the basis of equality soon begins to crumble before their eyes. The rebellion of the animals gives way to corrupt practices that lead to unthinkable consequences. Chapter 1 is a sort of foundation to the entire novel because the seven commandments of Animal Farm are taken from this chapter. All the characters are introduced in this chapter, and this chapter has a sort of red herring aspect because the hints of all the cruel events, the climax events which take place at the end of the novel, are given here. Now, let me read the initial monologue of Old Major. It will take 5 minutes, but it is worth listening to. Imagine the scenario in your mind. Old Major, the old pig, is sitting in front, and all the other animals are sitting in front of him, listening to his words of wisdom. Why then do we continue in this miserable condition? Because nearly the whole of the produce of our labor is stolen from us by human beings. Their comrades is the answer to all our problems. It is summed up in a single word: man. Man is the only real enemy we have. Man is the only creature that consumes without producing. He does not give milk. He does not lay eggs. He is too weak to pull the plough. He cannot run fast enough to catch the rabbits. Yet he is the lord of all animals. He sets them to work and he gives back to them the bare minimum that will prevent them from starving. But no animal escapes the cruel knife at the end. You young porkers who are sitting in front of me, every one of you will scream your lives at the block within a year. To that horror we all must come. Cows, pigs, hens, sheep, everyone. Even the horses and the dogs have no better fate. You boxer, the very day that those great muscles of yours lose their power, Jones will sell you to the knacker, who will cut your throat and boil you down for the foxhounds. As for the dogs, when they grow old and toothless, Jones ties a brick around their necks and drowns them in the nearer pound. I have little more to say. I merely repeat, remember always your duty of enmity towards man and all his ways. Whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy. Whatever goes upon 4 legs or has wings is a friend. And remember also that in fighting against man, we must not come to resemble him. Even when you have conquered him, do not adopt his vices. No animal must ever live in a house, or sleep in a bed, or wear clothes, or drink alcohol, or smoke tobacco, or touch money, or engage in trade. All the habits of man are evil. And above all, no animal must ever tyrannize over his own kind, weak or strong, clever or simple. We are all brothers. No animal must ever kill any other animal. All animals are equal. These words eventually form the 7 commandments of Animal Farm. The 7 commandments are like this. Whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy. Whatever goes upon 4 legs or has wings is a friend. No animal shall wear clothes. No animal shall sleep in a bed. No animal shall drink alcohol. No animal shall kill any other animal. All animals are equal. Animal Farm is a resounding tale of ups and downs, where eventually only one commandment remains. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. I have left you with some ruptured dots, and these dots will eventually connect when you read the novel. No, students, you need not study it for the purpose of examination. Read this book for the beauty it beholds inside the pages. There is reading through the lines, reading in between the lines, and reading beyond the lines. Only when you read beyond the lines, you will understand its true worth. Until next time, keep smiling, keep learning.